My name is René Ruiz, and I am a fashion designer. I consider myself a Miami fashion designer. I'm very proud and very happy to be part of this amazing city. I became a fashion designer just purely by accident. I thought I was going to be an architect. Through my love of fashion and movies and what inspires it all, that's how I started developing a taste for fashion and the way people dress and the way people present themselves.
So are you from this area or
I'm from Miami. I've been living in Miami for 40 something years.
40 something years?
This idea started because of my involvement in the community and charity. I ran into Matthew Pinzer, and that's how I think the whole idea came about.
René Ruiz is not just one of the great fashion designers in our country, he's also somebody who is really engaged in South Florida's civic life. So when we sat down to first talk about this a few years ago, it really was just kind of a dream and an idea. And it was René, when he heard this concept, who really got almost like stars in his eyes and thought about the ways that this high fashion world that he comes from can really also be of service to the kinds of patients who we care for at the Miami Transplant Institute.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
Well, this is still a work in progress, One of my employees' son was born with a heart congenital defect. And within a week of born, he had to have surgery, open heart surgery. That's when she needed help, and of course I was there. We cut the onesies and we put snaps and, make it easier for her and the doctors to get, access through all the lines and all that stuff. And that's how the idea came about. The concept for the gown was mainly the need of something that would be more comfortable and easier for the recovery process.
Clothes are obviously just a really small part of that, but it's also a way that we can make sure the patient understands that we think of them as a person, that we think of them as an individual, and that their dignity and their comfort are really important to us.
It's been an amazing project for me. This is so fulfilling because not only it's going to make the patient's life while they're in the hospital getting better, recovering, easier, but also the nurses and the technicians that work on the transplant patients. The transplant recovery gown is very utilitarian. It has inside pockets, special buttonholes for the lines to go in and out. When I had the opportunity to speak to the patients, they told me that it was difficult to walk around with the regular hospital gowns because they would rise up.
After we did all of that listening to folks, René spent a lot of time thinking about things that maybe would never occur to us as hospital people. What kinds of fabrics are going to be most comfortable to people who are sensitive? What kinds of closures on a gown are easiest for a nurse, a doctor, the patient themselves, a tech to open and close? It's not just about getting their organs transplanted and getting them back to a healthy life, but it's making sure that while they're going through that process here at Jackson Memorial Hospital, that they feel engaged in it, that they feel happy about it, and that they feel as healthy as they can while they're moving toward that recovery.
I am opening these special buttonholes that are going to help the patients and the nurses get the lines in and out of their body. I have worked with the Goodwill of South Florida, and I realized that they also manufacture Army uniforms. They do the flags for the veterans, and it's people that are actually manufacturing here in Miami and keeping jobs here. That is very important to me, especially since I've been manufacturing and making things here in the city for over 25 years. I never even thought that I could be able to be so lucky as to design a transplant recovery gown that would help so many people. When I witnessed the first patient wearing my design, Legacy by René Ruiz, I think it's just going to be an amazing moment. I mean, one of the, heights of my life, because what could be better? Or you can say cut.